Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to FTB Beyond here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. We're going to be doing a bit more BOTANIA stuff today. I have been working on this mana producer here, and I've added some more redstone into it just here. And essentially this is an automatic switch off. We've been running into problems with the amount of food we've got in the system. You can see it's going up slightly now, but that's because I've actually reworked it. Down here at the very bottom, just before I show you what I've done, I'll just show you the workings of it. We have a farm down here which has lettuce and onions growing. As you can see, we've got 0 onions and about 8,000, nearly 9,000 lettuce. So this is producing far more lettuce than it is onions. I've started putting the worms in down here to make it a little bit more productive, but we don't have that many yet. I will continue doing that. And then this crafter here produces spring salads from them all. So at the moment the onions is our kind of bottleneck. And the reason why that is because this has been left on, essentially. I'm as guilty as a few other people on the server as this. I've left it on a few times by mistake. Is you come here, you charge up your terror shatterer, you charge up your mana stuff, and it's easy just to forget it and log off. But as you can see, these are coming up to the top now. They're nearly there, very nearly there, and then this system will shut the thing off. Essentially this is a red stringed comparator from BOTANIA here, which is a long range comparator with which needs line of sight. And we should be able to see just, we might need to go underneath, some little strings coming up from it. I don't know if you can see them that well. They only show sometimes. So it's, there we go. You can see them with the wand. You can see these strings. It's going up to this mana pool here. So it's basically finding out the comparator signal from this block and producing it within this block, essentially a proxy. And then we're comparing here against a signal from this, so this is either on or off, so this is either 0 or 15. And this comparator is in compare mode, which goes into a NOT gate here from Forge Multipart. I think this is from, I can't remember which mod this is actually from. Multipart CVE, so might be XNet, or I don't know really, to be honest. Really don't know. But then it just sends out, inverts the signal and sends it out to the sequencer here. This drying rack allows us to single out particular objects and then send them round on a round robin course around here. So as we're nearly coming up to it being filled, very, very close. Once this is full, you'll hear the burping stop. This redstone will turn on here, this will turn off, and it will turn the entire system off. That's made this whole thing a lot more efficient. So you can see just now, this is now full. So it's only this mana pool here, this front mana pool, that it actually detects from. But this is now on, therefore this is now off, therefore this is now off, and now the sequencer is not passing the items through the item rack. So yeah, excellent. We have semi-automated this farm. Well, at least we've created the overflow buffer that we need. And now this is essentially just a master switch. If we just want it off, no matter how much mana we take out of this, we can just switch this off, and then we've got 5 mana pools worth of mana to use up before we start again. And then these spring salads will just build up and up and up now. Over here, a bit of a sneak peek about what we're doing today in my inventory. Over here I've produced a little farm, just a supplementary farm, which is just onions, to try and fill that thing back up again, catch up with the onions. Basically use this as a catalyst farm just to add a load more onions into here. What I've been doing is standing here with my ring of growth from Actually Additions, and if I just stand here with just this in my hand, I can AFK here, just alt tab out and do whatever I want to do for hours on end, and this will just grow all of these and produce them really, really fast. So you can see, as I'm just standing here, this number should at least go up and up and up. Yeah, 173 now. And come on, don't let me down. 175, there you go. So it is producing them, and if I'm standing there with this, it's producing them faster. Essentially, this is me, just like me bone mealing the ground, but it's using RF. So usually this wouldn't last a long time, but I'm taking all the power out of this. So this ring of growth will last for as long as the Powerball lasts, which is forever. Anyway, today I want to show you the stuff which I got from my fight, some stuff we've been doing so far with BOTANIA. Just a little bit of a rundown about where we are and kind of how far along we are with it. I've done a fair few more of those fights. As you can see, I have 166 Gaia spirits now, so I did enough fights to be able to get one of each of the relics. And so we're going to go through these in a minute, but just to show you a couple of the other things that I did get from the fight. I got 21 Black Lotuses, probably about 18 of them I got from the fight itself. I got 10 Overgrowth Seeds, and I gave a few more to Nathan as well. What else did we get? We got another 12 of these Dice of Fates, but these are useless now that we have all 6 of the items. We have some of these wills. That one, and this one. So Will of Gufan we have. Will of Karel. Is there any more wills? Karel, Ayos, Verak. And Darok. So we have critical hits heal for a portion of the damage dealt, critical hits apply a wither effect, critical hits pierce through armor, and critical hits damage is increased with lower hit points. Trouble is we never actually lose hit points. And I think that may be it. Does look like there's more here. Verak. Torag, critical hits apply a strong slowness effect. And Will of Arim, I think this is the last one, critical hits apply a strong weakness effect. So these are the 6 different wills we have. We can add all of these to a Terrasteel helmet. I may actually make up a Terrasteel helmet, try adding all of these on. I don't know if you can add more than one at a time on, but it would be nice if you can. So we can try that maybe today. We got a couple of Elementium swords. We've still got one of these Gaia spirit ingots just in case I want to do a couple more fights. And yeah, that's about it. So last episode we made the Rod of the Terra Firma here and played around with that. We made World Shaper's Sextant and had to play around with that. And we did have a quick look at a few of these. Now I just want to go through these relics first of all. You can see we nearly got the Terra Shatter to SS level. Getting there slowly. Now the Eye of Flugel is essentially like a weak version of the Advanced Dislocator that we already have from Draconic Evolution. So Draconic Evolution has already kind of undermined this item. It allows you to shift right click. I'll test it now I suppose. It allows me to shift right click in a place here and then come over here, and I think we... Is it hold down? Aha, right. So that's the block we want to attach to. So now if I right click on it? No. No, I don't actually know how to use this. Let's have a read up on it. Let's sleep first as well. Few too many mobs around here. Thank you, you can all burn up. So let's just have a look at this. Alphamancy, Eye of a Flugel. Unlike the fabricated Flugel tiara, the eye of the Flugel contains primordial Flugel magic. Magic strong enough, in fact, to harness the Flugel's ability to recall themselves to places they've visited. Shift right clicking with this eye will bind it to that position. After that, holding right click for a while will recall. Okay, so we hold it for a while. Hold right click for a while. Ah, okay. So yeah, that's essentially what it is. And if we go, say, over here somewhere, then we can right click in the air and be transported back to here. But really, this isn't great. We can do much better with the advanced dislocator in here. Whoops, didn't mean to drop the bag. If we... shouldn't have done that. Let's go back home. Spawn base. As you can see, we can transport to multiple areas in multiple different dimensions. That's probably a good test that, although not meaning to. So if we head over here roughly to about the same spot, we can shift click on this. We can add a new one for test, and we can commit that. We have test here now. We can lock it in, and we've got kind of multiple different things we can do. So we can head over to, I don't know, my server room. So hello Mr. Server, and now we can scroll down to test and we can head back outside, and also say we can go to Kylo's base over here, or we can go to my mushroom island. We're doing a lot of work here soon, don't worry about that. But yeah, this is basically the far better version of what we have as a relic, a very rare relic in BOTANIA. So I don't really want to play around with that, that's fine, no problem. I'm glad I've got it, but we're not going to be using it ever again, really. Just get this back up to somewhere I actually do want to go, and then place it back inside here. Now I'm going to put these wheels in for now. I'm going to put that in because we've seen that. Rod of a shifting cross we've seen before. World Shaper's sextant we've seen already. You know what a Wand of the Forest is. And you know what a Rod of the Lands is. So the Horn of the Wilds. Just to show you another thing just before we carry on with the relics. This allows you to quickly get rid of lots and lots of grass and flowers. I've been using it to get rid of all the mushrooms on the mushroom island. Very quick and simple thing, that. Nice easy recipe as well. We have a look at it in the Lexica Botanica. You can see the recipe is just pasture seeds and living wood around them in that configuration there. So that's all that is. But it's a tool that I really do like. I'll just get rid of all of this into the inventory. I'm not going to be playing around with this today, but it is something that I do want to actually find out exactly what it is. But I really don't want to spawn a wither in at the moment. I know I can easily kill it, we can easily get one, but this is something I think I'm going to play around with another day. We've got a lot to get through today, but I really want to get through. So this essentially gives you I think a pet wither. If we've got time today, I will have a play around with that, but as I say, there is a fair few things I do want to do. So second of all is with the relics is this key of the King's Law. Now this is a really cool weapon. I really like this weapon. Essentially it's difficult to show on my own just because of how it works. You can't really see the full splendour of it. But I'm going to kill this pig here. So essentially this creates lots and lots of weapons, animated weapons, all around me, like this, like that. But I don't really know the best way to show this off, but you can see them all the way around there. And then they all explode. It's amazing, I love it. See if we can find... Oh, hello Mr. Enderman. so much fun. I'm not sure if it does that much damage, but it does kill after a while. I'm just noticing so many butterflies out here. That's bad. We had a load of forestry trees up just by my base a couple of days ago, and now there's lots of butterflies here. This is what I was saying with forestry the other day. This is what you do not want on a multiplayer server. When these butterflies go out into unloaded chunks. It's so much fun. Right, one more. Actually, is it quite effective at killing them? If it can't kill butterflies, I don't know if it's actually effective. It killed a butterfly there. Anyway, I love that weapon. Can't get enough of it. So that is the Key of the King's Law. That uses mana, by the way, not too much at a time. Now the Fruit of Grisaya, however you say that. This again is a relic which, if you didn't have a few other mods in the game, would be amazing. This is a piece of food that you eat, gives you tons of haunches, tons of saturation. I think it may give you full haunches, full saturation. I haven't really tested it. However, we have the environmental tech nanobot thing, which gives us the saturation 2, which means we never ever need to eat. We always have full saturation. So again, this is a pretty much useless relic which we're never ever going to use. Now comes the really interesting part, these 3 rings. I'm going to read through each of these. I think we may have looked at the Ring of Loki, so we'll go through that one first. So if these are within the Alphamancy here. The Ring of Loki is the first one here. One of the 3 mythic rings of the Aesir. The Ring of Loki allows the wearer to tap upon the trickster god Loki to effectively be in multiple places at once. The setup for this ability requires, first and foremost, an empty hand. Shift right clicking on a block with said empty hand while having the Ring of Loki equipped begins the procedure. Okay, so let's equip the Ring of Loki instead of my magnetization ring, I suppose. So empty hand, shift right click there. I'm going to get some living rock out for this, I think. And let's go back. So this begins the procedure. Once the source block is selected, shift right clicking on other blocks in the world will add them to the relative positions affected by this power. In order to finish the procedure, one would shift right click the original block. Shift right clicking on one of the blocks selected will remove it. To reset a completed selection, shift right click the ground twice. So that actually gets rid, that actually sets another one up. This one sets another one up, and then we shift right click on that one. Okay. Shift right click there, shift right click there, and shift right click there. Oh, I see. I thought this would lay blocks. Let's have another read. Shift right clicking other blocks in the world will add them to the relative positions affected by this power. So let's see if we actually need to place a block first. So now, if we place a couple more blocks around, let's shift click this block, shift click that block, shift right click that block, Am I doing this right? Once the source block is selected, shift right clicking on other blocks in the world will add them to relative positions affected by this power. In order to finish the procedure, one would shift right click on the original block. Shift right click on there. Okay, so we should have actually carried on reading. After the selection is completed, when you look around, you will notice multiple boxes in relative positions to the selected block. When a block is placed whilst sneaking, the placing action is mimicked on all of those positions, allowing for one to place a large amount of blocks at once. This ability also extends to destruction using a Terra Shatterer or Terra Truncator. So this allows like massive buildings to be placed. Be really nice to build columns and stuff like that, because shift and click adds multiple blocks to the world at once. This is a really nice tool for building. Can't wait to use this actually. And let's see if we place another one on there, so we can pillar up in 3 different places at once. That's pretty cool. And then if we're using the Terra Shatterer or the Terra Truncator, then we could actually destroy all this as well. Let's get rid of all of this, clean up a bit, and then let's have a look at the other rings. So these are the rings that I haven't really seen yet, haven't really had a read into. Let's just swap that back out for my ring of magnetization, clean up all of this. Thank you very much. So the ring of 4 would be next. So ring of 4, one of the 3 mythic rings of the Azir. The ring of 4, when worn, bestows the wearer the might of the Thunder God 4. This power drastically increases the strength of area mining with a Terra Shatterer. This ring can be combined with the other 2 rings of the Azir in a crafting table to create the ultimate ring. Okay, so I suppose we should head over to the mining world and test out our Terra Shatterer with and without the ring of 4. So we head over to Nathan's nice little pit here. This is always our area for testing out things with mining. So we have a nice little fresh area here. And so this is just normal on S rank. This is without the ring. Let's see if I can get it to where I'm just touching. So it's 1 deep, and is that a 7x7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a 7x7. So let's go to just here, I suppose over here. This will be a lava thing behind here actually, thinking about it. So let's head over a bit further where there's no lava. Okay, over here seems okay. So again, let's just put a 7x7 in the wall just here. Single wide 7x7. So let's put the ring of 4 on instead of my ring of magnetization, because I'm going to need the mana. So move over to say here. Move forwards just so that we get the outline of the block that we're mining. And mine. Oh wow. That's really cool. That's such a huge improvement. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep, and increased it to a, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a 9x9 by 5. That's really cool. I like that a lot. And so now the final ring, the Ring of Odin. One of the 3 mythic rings of Eorzea. The Ring of Odin grants the wearer the vitality and resistance of the elder god Odin. As well as the addition of 10 extra hearts of health, the Ring of Odin protects the wearer from various kinds of elemental damage such as drowning or suffocation, fire or starvation. The ring also can be combined with the other 2 rings of Eorzea in a crafting table to create the ultimate ring. Okay, so we place the Ring of Odin on and we get 5 yellow hearts. It's actually probably the least useful out of any of these rings, to be honest. The Ring of 4 is amazing for mining, but it means that you can't wear either the Greater Band of Mana or the Greater Ring of Magnetization, both of which are quite important when you're going mining. I suppose you could use a mana tablets instead, but this I think is worth, I don't know how many to be honest. It takes 1.5, I think this holds 150,000 mana, something like that, because each mana pool holds 100,000 mana, and this takes about 1.5 mana pools to fill it. So anyway, let's have a look at the final ring, the ultimate ring of Eorzea. Now I don't know what this is, I've never seen it before, and I don't know whether I can actually get these rings back. So this may be the last time we actually see these rings. A couple of them are really nice. I do like the Ring of Loki for building, and I really do like the Ring of 4 for mining, especially in the RF Tools Dimensions worlds. I had to get loads of glass for one of my projects, or for the solar panels that we did last episode, and I had to mine out a ton of glass from an RF Tools Dimensions world with my Terra Shatterer, because that's the kind of main AoE Silk Touch pick that I've got, and it did take a huge amount of time, so Ring of 4 really would have helped then. But let's have a look anyway, we only live once. So this is the Ring of Eorzea. Let's have a look. Got an achievement, as the gods say. This is create the Ring of Eorzea by combining the rings of the gods. We've actually still got the hearts if you look there. It's interesting to know. So do we now have an addition for the Ring of Eorzea? No. So let's put this on and see what happens. Okay, we've actually got yet more hearts, and this may have actually, if I take this off, we've still got the yellow hearts. If I put it on, we've still got yellow hearts, right. So we've actually got 30 health at the moment. So there's no real indication about what this Ring of Eorzea does, and it doesn't seem to be anything in the Lexica Botanica either. There's no actual entry for it. We have the lore, the resources, and the relics are in purple, so we have the Eye of the Flugel, the Key of the King's Lore, Ring of Loki, Ring of Odin, Ring of 4, Ritual of Gaia, Ritual of Gaia 2, Fruit of Grisea, Relics of Eorzea, and the Relics of Eorzea 2. So this just tells us about each one of them, and then, well, this tells us about the possibility of them, and then this tells us more about just kind of generic stuff about them. It tells us that they can't be rewarded twice. And that's it. If we do a search in here for Eorzea, These are the only two that come back. So I'm going to make an assumption that this gives us the power of all 3 rings combined. Now, can I actually put this in here? No, I can't. What happens? I mean, can we get the other rings back out of this? I suppose, do we have the power of the Loki ring? Whoops, should be in there. Yes, yes we do. So we have the hearts of the Odin. We have the ability to do this. And then that. And then these move with us. And then we can combine the blocks. And then we shift right click twice to get rid of it. So we have the power of Loki, we have the power of Odin, as we can see by the yellow hearts. And if we come back into the mining world, so now in the mining world, we still have the power of 4 as well. Okay, so yes, that is one ring that combines the power of all 3 rings. That's pretty cool. I suppose it does help having them all in one. It's a shame that you can't put the magnetisation and the band of mana in as well, and it's a real shame actually that the Ring of the Azir doesn't hold mana, because I think that would make it actually usable. It's not a ring I would use all the time, it's not a ring I would have on me all the time, because I would want the magnetisation and the mana as well. Now, can I actually combine these all together in some way? No? That's a shame. So we'll put these 2 back on. And yeah, I'm going to keep this in my bag of holding for now. And that's essentially where it's going to stay. Which is a shame. I thought that the Ring of the Azir would actually add something new. It may have added something new that we don't know about. That is always a chance. Because there's no information about it here, the only way to find out exactly what it does is either to have a look on the wiki online, actually read through all the information, find out, watch people's videos on who's done it before, find out exactly from the maker or from like a mod spotlight or someone or something what it does, or test it ourselves in multiple different scenarios and see if anything actually happens. But it doesn't give you mana and it doesn't give you any magnetisation, which are the 2 things that I really need, and I've only got 2 ring slots. So that's all the relics gone through. Now I think we can actually upgrade this farm a bit now. It is quite slow to fill up all 5 of these mana pools here, and I'd really like to get it to a point where we can kind of quickly get mana. So I want to do as much as I can to upgrade what there is here. So I think the first thing to do would be to upgrade the mana spreaders, because these do get very full very quickly. If one of these burps right next to this becomes completely full. I've just taken the lens off it, I do know. So if I grab the Wand of the Forest, place this lens back on, we see now it is still a little bit full, and that's quarter full still. This one is just over a quarter full, this one's just over a quarter full, and this one is not full at all. We have a unupgraded mana spreader here, we have Elven mana spreaders here, but now that we can get the Gaia mana spreaders, I think this can be made a lot better. So what I'm going to do is, and I hope Nathan doesn't mind me doing this, I'm going to make sure I do this kind of properly. I'm going to take these lenses off first of all, so we know we have 5 lenses of potency to put back onto all of these, and I'm going to, I think, probably do these one at a time, and I need a pick which isn't going to destroy everything. So I'm actually going to go really slow on this, just to make sure I don't destroy everything. And this is actually with an axe anyway, so do we have... yeah, we have a steel axe there. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, because I want to make sure that I'm not destroying everything. If I did this with my Draconic Staff of Power, it would just go straight through the ground and into whatever's underneath this. And I don't exactly know what is underneath this. I know there's a load more cables and I know the farms down there. I don't really want to start ripping up the farm or any of the kind of the cables or anything. There's glass underneath here as well. All kinds of stuff like that. So we're going to go nice and slowly with it. So this first mana spreader is just a generic mana spreader. So we need to actually upgrade this to a Elven one and then up to a Gaian one. So if you have a look at the mana spreaders here, this is the mana spreader we have. And then the Elven mana spreader is actually, we don't need any of this mana spreader for it. However, the Gaian mana spreader, we need a Elven mana spreader, a Dragonstone and a Gaia Spirit. So let's start by making another one of these. Now we only have one piece of Dreamwood, so Dreamwood is Elven Trade Living Wood into there. So let's grab a load of Dreamwood. Come out of here. So we did get a nice load of Living Wood last episode, or last BOTANIA episode. So if I just chuck all of this into here, we'll get back 2 stacks, I hope, maybe a stack, of Dreamwood. Let's just see how much we get. And actually we can start putting this into there. And so there is our Elven mana spreader to replace the old mana spreader. And so now we get rid of that. We can place that into our system. And we can go for the full Gaia mana spreader. There we go. And we'll keep that recipe handy. We can place this one back down there. We can place the lens back on it as well, lens of potency back on it as well. And then in bind mode, we want to shift right click on this one and then right click on this one. And you can see now that is targeting the mana distributor just there. So that's the first one done. So let's do all the rest of them. Okay, and so now they are all focused on this mana distributor. This farm should already be running more efficiently. However, we do also have 10 of these overgrowth seeds here, and there are 10 slots here that we can put them into. So this is where I do need to be very, very careful. So I'm going to take up the flower first, and then the dirt. I need some grass. So we place some grass into there, and then we can place an overgrowth seed on, and then put that one back down. And now this will work twice as efficiently as it did before. So this will be producing a lot more mana per blast, and it will run faster as well. So we carry on with these. And there we go. That is the last one in. So now this farm should be running far more efficiently than it was before. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to test to see just how fast this will fill up. And so to do that, I'm going to make sure that the farm is completely off. And then I'm going to put my Terrachasserer into here. That's going to soak up all 5 of these mana pools. That'll get rid of all of the mana fairly quickly in all 5 of those. So let's wait until all these are empty first. I found a problem with my design. Of course, when the master switch is off, this is 0. It's comparing 0 against 0 and coming out with a yes. So this does need changing, and I think I do know how to change it. Well, knowing logic gates I do anyway. So this is the way that I would fix it. We need an AND gate. So we have an AND gate here. What do we need for this? We need a couple of cathodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need a conductive plate. Right, so we have an AND gate. So we come down here, and where do we want this? So we want this to come off here. We want an AND gate. Here. And then we want this to actually be here. And we need the Yeta wrench. I haven't tested this, I'm just kind of trying to work through it all. So what else? See, this is saying that this is on, is it? No. Output is off. Okay, so this is on. So let's flick this now and see if anything comes through. No, because we also want a potentiometer here. And this potentiometer we want to be set on 14. Or maybe even 15. Yeah, 15 it would be. So this is essentially just acting as a redstone block. So this is the comparator to say, is this full or not? And then we would still need this to say, yes, we do want it to be on, or no, we don't want it to be on. And then it goes out. I'm just trying to work out how we would want to do this then. Do we need this to be kind of the opposite way around? Just trying to work out how this logic circuit works. We can't actually interact with it. Let's have a look at Forge. Multi? No. What is that from? AND gate is from Project Red integration. Okay. So we have a look for Project Red. Is there a tool that comes with this that we need? I would imagine it would be the screwdriver. Let's make a screwdriver, see if we can actually fiddle around with this one. Yes, we can. We can turn them around at least. So this is on. I don't want that one to be on. So how do we do that? Shift right click. Aha, yes. So we want it to be turned this way. We want a one like that. Excellent. That's what we want. So it comes in here. This is on, and this one is on, but this one isn't. So this should be working now when we place this line in. So there. Yes, it is. And now if we turn it off, this is off. You can see there's no red line into here. We could do this something similar with something like a super circuit maker, but I've got Optifine, and Optifine does not like super circuit maker at all. Yeah, so that does seem to have fixed the problem now. That's good. So now all 5 of the mana pools are completely empty, and we're going to see how long it takes to actually fill up this entire system back up to full. So 5 full mana pools. How long does it take? Let's have a look. So I have been able to double the speed of this thing. It was every other line before, and I've actually put it onto every line now. So we have 2 ticks in every line here. So as you can hear, it's actually running nice and fast now. If I turn that up a little bit. In here, each one of these is going around twice as fast as it was before, and it's all able to catch up really nicely. I've also placed a recessive spark augmentation upon this spark here. So this mana pool here will empty out into all these 3 before it itself fills up. So we've always make sure that we get the this one, which is being compared, filled last. And it also means if someone drops a mana tablet or fills up anything within any of these 3, the mana will always come out of this one first. So it'll always fill up the whole system in the most efficient way. So if we have a look at this now, it's about half full. If I just keep on clicking, you can see just how fast this goes up. It's been now half an hour since I started, and we've got pretty much all 5 of them complete. And you can see this is only going to take another minute. So yeah, it's been almost exactly half an hour, so it's about 6 minutes per mana pool that this will fill up now, which is actually a really nice fast amount. It was started off as a fairly kind of slow passive mana generation, but we've actually got it to a point now where it's actually really nice and efficient, and actually very, very fast. So it is actually using twice as much food as it did before, but in a much more efficient way. So you can see we're actually up to 1,270 odd spring salads here now. I've just dumped in a load of the onions from my field over there to kind of act as a catalyst to start this off. And I'm going to do that so that we've got a good stock of about 10 to 20,000 of these spring salads in here, so that we've always got a spare supply. And then I'm going to talk to Nathan at some point, hopefully soon, before he sees this episode, and see what we can do about making this farm a bit more efficient and working a lot better, and actually trying to keep up with the number of meals we're going to need. See if there's any other meals which we can do, see if we can actually extend out the farm, see what meals would be best to actually feed these things to produce the most amount of mana. You see that just in the time we've been talking there, it's gone up another quarter in this one last remaining pool. So yeah, 33 minutes it'll take. That's done that in 2 minutes, so another 2 minutes would be 33 minutes. Anyway, with the sound of all of these noisy plants behind us, this is all I've got time for today. I wanted to do a lot more with BOTANIA today, but we've kind of got caught up with relics, having a look at them. I think that was fairly unique for this episode though. I wanted to show off some of the toys I've been playing around with. We will be playing around with more BOTANIA in the future though. I was going to do a kind of 3-part series of BOTANIA, This is the second part, but I want to know, I'm going to leave the third part for a while because I want to know what you guys want me to have a look at within BOTANIA. What do you think I've missed out on? What kind of mana generation do you want to see me try and automate? And yeah, what should I have a look at in BOTANIA? One thing I do want to have a look at next episode we do BOTANIA, part 3, will be the Rod of the Bifrost and having a look at Shimmer Rock. We've had a look at a bit of Shimmer Wood today. We'll be having a look at Shimmer Rock in the next BOTANIA episode. So yeah, other than the Rod of the Bifrost, which I will be going through, what else do you want to see me have? What else do you want to see me have a look through? Write it down in the comments. If you did enjoy this episode today, please like, comment and subscribe on a video into the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.